And I made an extra one in my notes and shared that with you so you can see it as well. You're a gem. Also, I have the list of photographers you asked for. I hit publish on my blog post and then gave Kendra my full attention. I personally think the last two are the best choices for what you're trying to accomplish, but I know you don't like having all of your eggs in one basket. I let my eyes roam the list as she went over a few more things I needed to accomplish before the weekend. The first 3 names I had heard of before, but the last 2 were foreign to me. I needed the perfect person for the job of helping me revamp my entire website. I wanted to recreate all of my work. It was important that this overhaul matched who I am as a person. I wasn't sure how it would turn out, but I knew once I had the right person to capture the idea mixing around in my head, it would be perfect. My personal favorite is the last one, Kendra murmured as if she were reading my mind. He has a way of capturing the city in a different light, and I can see you guys incorporating food into that as a team. I left his website and social media information for you, too. I glanced briefly at her smiling face and then back at the piece of paper. Sure enough, all of his contact information was there. I'd also noticed that his was the only name with the contact information highlighted in orange. I take it he's your pick? She chuckled and said, I promise, when you look at his work, you'll agree. Kendra flipped her long, knotless braids over her shoulder and smirked. Have I ever steered you wrong? You haven't, I confirmed. Kendra has been with me for about 3 years, and as I stated earlier, she was a gem. My days went smoother because of her. I glanced at the name again and nodded. All right, I'll check him out. Good, she chirped, exiting my office. You won't be disappointed. I'll hold you to that, I shouted. When I was met with silence instead of a snarky remark, I knew Kendra had gone back to the space she designated as her own and was fast at work. Chuckling, I tapped the touchpad on my MacBook to wake my baby up. I smiled broadly after checking the traffic on my newest blog. My analytics were showing a 200% jump just in the last 20 minutes. I glanced down at my vibrating phone and smiled. Lilac the Great has entered the chat, I chirped after accepting the group FaceTime call from my sisters. Must you always answer the phone like that? Daisy fussed while smacking on a bag of her favorite Lay's chips. Must you always be eating those chips and chomping in our ear every time we talk? Juniper quipped on my behalf. She winked at me, and Daisy stuck her tongue out at us before smirking. The little minx enjoyed getting on our nerves. Sister, Magnolia whined, pouting into the camera. She was 2 months pregnant as of today and already getting chubby in the face. Her nose was even spreading a little, but it made her look that much more beautiful. I couldn't help but fawn over her every time we were in the same vicinity. What do you need from me, Mags? Her pout quickly transformed into a bright smile, and I couldn't help but chuckle. She knew she would get her way with me. It was inevitable. I have a feeling I just set myself up. We read your new blog piece. Blossom chimed in. Of course they had. We are very supportive of each other. Each of my sisters was subscribers on my mailing list. Every time a new blog went up, a generated email went out. If time permits, they will stop whatever they're doing to read it. And you consulted with each other before calling me, I said, putting 2 and 2 together. I roped them into it, Magnolia admitted. I was hoping that you'd make that dish for us to try at next week's sleepover. This month, I was introducing different crock-pot meals for large groups. Today's blog was about buffalo chicken lasagna. Are you supposed to be eating spicy foods? No, but what Lennox doesn't know won't hurt him, she replied, smiling. Fine, I said, giving in without a fight. I'll make it, but we won't be breaking the rules often, so choose wisely. Great, I'll text Lily, and can we maybe do this one without her? Why? Daisy asked, watching me intently. Did she do something? Because I shook my head to stop her from finishing the statement. Daisy was the sweetest of us 5, but also the one that would bury someone over us. I didn't want to get her started. She didn't do anything. I just miss it being the 5 of us, and I need that even if it's the last time. They all nodded with their understanding gazes locked on me. Sure, Lie. That was Magnolia speaking. We can do that, but only if you tell us the real reason.